irresistible force such as you means
and we're back.
Immovable object.
We are. We're having a great time on the break. You know, we're talking about being the selfie queens over here, and myself included in that, by the way, until I corrected myself of being a king amongst the group. That is correct. So, but anyways, you know, we're having a great time. We're talking about standing up and standing out when you do it. Amanda just got through going a great way if she's standing out, but we have another guest right here,
Nicole
and she is
Lopez.
what? She's like a three-timer on us?
This is their three-peat.
She's a three-peater.
I'm a three-peater.
You're a three-peater.
Yeah.
That is interesting. So, you know, Cole, for all those who have not heard of you before, though, let us know a little bit about who you are and what you do.
All right. So I'm Nicole Lopez. I am also with Intero Real Estate Services, just like Amanda. Hey, Katie.
I am going to invoice them, by the way.
Yeah, Katie gets an invoice today for sure.
So I started out in the builder business back in 2010, back when things were really rough. So I've been in the industry for about 5 years now. I decided after about 3 years in that builder business wasn't for me. I liked doing things on the weekends. So I took that knowledge and I kind of brought it over to the other side of the desk, so have you, and got my license. And I've been licensed for about 2.5, going on 3 years, so almost 6 years now in total that I've been in industry. Yeah. And similar to Amanda, I also have a 6-year-old daughter. And my mom is also in the industry. She works with a builder, Meritage Homes, and then my father does
Meritage
mortgage.
is going to get an invoice too.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sorry, Mom.
We don't really send.
No, but you know, you're right though. You know, I mean, one of the things that I was listening to when Amanda was speaking was y'all have a very similar background, and you know, you're with a very like a word, a young hip company,
yes,
who really focuses in on being different. You know, and on bringing on individuals such yourself who are high level, very skilled individuals, very strong in marketing, but also who know their niche. You know, as Rob was saying, get rich in a niche. Also know that niche, and you are extremely successful. Obviously, I've known you for a little while. It's, you know, up there in the Kingwood area, it's just been booming. I mean, every time we hear something going on in Kingwood, it seems like Nicole Lopez is on it.
I'd like to think so. Thanks for tooting my horn. But yeah,
that's our job.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so I did choose a broker that was inside the loop, but with my age range and being young and being newer into the industry, I wanted to be with a group of people that would push me further and that would help develop me into a better agent. And I was feeling where I was very stagnant, and everybody was very complacent with what they were doing. Everything was very old school. And I wanted to take the ideas and innovations that I had in branding myself. I've actually just set up a brand, and I'm pushing that forward. So while Amanda's been branding herself and her name for a while, and she's been extremely successful in that, my brand is my little baby right now. So nurturing that, growing that, and developing that into the future.
And I saw that, by the way. I saw the new branding that you were doing around Nicole Lopez.
And Real Simple Solutions. So,
Real Simple Solutions.
Yeah.
I love that. And, you know, the color that you chose was sort of like a Cabernet, for lack of a better word.
Intero chose that color.
Intero.
That Berkshire Hathaway Home Services uses. And they are a sister company. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yes, I do remember. I do know they're a sister company. That is correct.
About, I guess, about a year ago.
That is correct. That is correct. So, I mean, but what Nicole has out there is the same exact thing, is the branding, the marketing you're doing around that.
Right.
You know, very interesting. You know, one of the things that you do a lot, as Amanda was saying, you're also very active on Facebook. People can see who you are,
right?
For better or for worse sometimes, because there's some stalkers that you both have gone through, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that'll be a segment we'll talk about in a minute, by the way, about that. But you also do a lot of branding on Facebook and on Twitter and a lot of those. And
for me, that's been crucial because I do attract a lot of business from Facebook, from Instagram, from Twitter. And for the younger generation, everybody's online. Everybody is very social media driven. So for me to cater to that crowd is huge. And I didn't want to separate myself and have an independent business page. I didn't want to have that distinction between Nicole is blowing up real estate in your face and then Nicole's personal life. I wanted it to be a good mix of everything that I was doing together. So just like Amanda's, people could see the layers of who I was as a person in addition to how I operate and run my business.
Yeah, I completely agree with that because I don't have a business page either, and that was the exact reason was I said I want to see all those facets.
Right. And I think the consumers out there want to see those facets of who they are working with and who they're letting into their home and who's really working to protect their what is likely their largest investment.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and I would agree. And, you know, a lot of times you know, as we mentioned, people do business with other people. It's a very relationship-oriented business.
Absolutely.
And so to be able to put that out there, I'm the same exact way. To be able to put that out there and know who you're dealing with. I tell everybody, I don't apologize for who I am. Same exact thing you don't. I am who I am.
Right.
I am that individual. 95% of the time, individuals love doing it. At the 5% of the time, if I'm too over the top or et cetera, unfortunately, I can't control that, right?
Right.
Same exact thing for you, though. You are who you are. You're great at marketing. You post a lot of great stuff out there. You know, and so individuals who want to get involved with that, that's what they're going to see. They see the person first, and then they can get involved with the rest of it.
Absolutely. And I definitely recommend that for someone that is starting up, just to start integrating what they're doing in real estate, or, you know, if they're in mortgage or if they're in title, start integrating that into their everyday Facebook profile page, and let people know. It's just kind of like a little drip campaign. Let people know that you're there, and let people know that you're there for them, whether it's in real estate or whatever it is that you do. Because
let them know you're a person. You know, I'm a person. I'm not just.
And I happen to also do real estate. Hey,
and it's a great way to approach, because people want to do business with people they like.
Right.
And know and understand and trust, and that's probably the biggest motivator is trust.
Well, you know, I used to way prior, you know, been in mortgage for 12 years, but prior to that, I was actually an international consultant, and the term out there was, it's not personal. It's not personal. I used to always counter that and saying, no, business is personal.
Absolutely.
You do business on a personal basis.
Well,
you make changes, and you make relationships, and you make opportunities on a personal basis. So business is personal.
And again, real estate, I think, is very different. That we do touch people at a very personal level, because we're dealing with their biggest investment.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're getting up meeting and knowing their entire family, and we're going to spend a lot of time with them. That's not always true in business. If you go to a store, you buy something, and you leave, that's not a relationship. But you're going to be 6 months to a year.
Right.
Right. When I was in the builder side, I mean, building a home, and a lot of real estate agents do the whole builder process with their clients. Building a home is one of the only things that you will see from beginning to end. You go buy a car, you never see that car on the production line. So there is a lot of emotional attachment to that purchase, whether you're building it or if it's a resale. There's emotion tied into there. So you have to be, we're taking selfies in the studio right now. Hey.
Okay. We've been known to do that.
Yeah, I had to do a, what's it called when you jump in the back of somebody right there?
Oh, photobomb.
Photobombing?
Photobomb.
Yeah, but it is a very emotional attachment that you have to your home, whether you're buying or selling your home. I mean, one of my favorite things to do is to go into a home and just have to tell someone when you're listing it for sale, like, hey, I really like your things, but nobody else is going to like your things.
But that dead head over there and over there and over there and over there.
And we're not selling your things. We're selling your home.
We're selling your home. Yeah.
Away.
But just like Amanda does, creating your own brand and understanding that there's an emotional tie to real estate, and keeping yourself very personal and personable with your clients is huge for someone that's starting out, that's trying to build themselves up. And like, I've been doing the whole international thing for probably like 8 months now. And so just differentiating yourself, like, that's a little cool niche market that I'm focusing on right now. And
it helps to be able to go abroad every once in a while and just go party out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to Costa Rica next month.
Take me with you.
Yeah, you can definitely come. We've got some space open for that tour. But
we might be doing the show remote.
That is true. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually.
I think we should definitely work on
that
doing
would not
something
be a bad
like
idea. And live from Costa Rica.
Yes.
The real estate rat pack.
that would work.
But no, you have been. You've been doing a lot of stuff down in Costa Rica. You've been doing a lot of stuff on the international side of things. As you mentioned, building that niche as well. You know, along with everything else that you do, though. You know, and not giving any numbers away, but you have a lot of property in escrow right now.
Yes.
And you do a lot of new home builds as well. How does that process? How do you get so many new home builds?
Okay.
And I like the way you spoke about, by the way, when you build a home, it's so much more personal than buying a car, for example, where you don't get to see the product.
Right.
But how do you go through that process, and how are you being so successful in that area?
So in acquiring new home business, I do work with several builders. I have builder programs that are set up. I go meet with different builders in my general area. I farm Kingwood, Humble, Atascocita. And I go up there and I meet with them weekly, bi-weekly. I bring them lunch on the weekends. You know, I'm here for them to help them.
Right.
I want to help the builders have as many contracts or many clients under contract as possible. So I offer programs to the builders to help to help the buyers get under contract, or to get them over the hump, or help them overcome obstacles that are keeping them from buying. So understanding that, first-time home buyers, they're going to need seminars, because a lot of them don't know how they can purchase, or buying out leases, or there's so many different things that I can do to help. Because for me, I don't mind giving up a piece of my pie, because a piece of it's better than none.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many agents I've coached over the years. One of the first things I tell them, I said, instead of a builder's coming and bringing you donuts, go take them donuts.
Yep.
Because building that relationship, because every once in a while that builder rep has a house they need to sell.
Absolutely.
Yeah, or take them barbacoa tacos, by the way. Those are even better.
Yeah.
Yes, barbacoa tacos.
That was just an example, because they're always the expectation from realtor viewpoint is, they need to come,
what have they done for me lately? Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
but
it's the other way around.
Absolutely. So I've been doing that for several years, and it's been very productive. Helping them helps me. And you would be surprised the number of repeat clients that I will help in that process, and when they're ready to sell, they call me and they say, Nicole, we'd like you to sell our house, and then we'd also like you to help us find another one.
Right.
So, it's just a trickle effect of getting yourself out there. You take a pay cut at first.
Right.
But it's completely worth it.
But, as you mentioned, a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing.
Absolutely.
And, too oftentimes people want to have a whole lot of nothing. And so you sit there and go, if you're not going to make anything, or you're going to, what is it worth? At the end of the day, most people don't realize this, is that we're in the business of a commission-only sales structure. Mm-hmm. So it's in our best interest to make sure that we do the best for you, but that we also ultimately get the job done for you so that all of us can get paid.
Absolutely.
Because if we don't get the job done for you, none of us make money, and the client ultimately is not happy in that case. So it's one of those things. A lot of people sit there and I tell this all the time: use a professional. Don't go with the FSBOs. That's not using a professional. Okay. List and work with one of our great real estate professionals. We have two great ladies right here in the studio to work with. But and if they're not the right ones for you, find a right one.
They said if you think hiring a professional is expensive, hire an amateur.
Absolutely. That'll cost you.
I love that. Well, time flies when you're having fun. We are 30 minutes in, 30 more minutes to go.
30 more minutes. We're rocking.
We are rocking along, but stay tuned. We're going up against a break. We'll be right back.
When that shark bites with its teeth, baby, scarlet.